Hey everyone in YouTube world, this is Steve Bell with my week 8 update. For people who haven't been following this channel before, I had vertical gastric sleeve surgery on the 28th of June 2016, and where my starting weight was 155 kilos or 343 pounds, and my weight at surgery was 144 kilos or 317.5 kilos, and my weight this week was 125.4 kilos and 276.5 pounds, which leaves me with a weight loss since starting the process at 29.6 kilos or 66.5 pounds. Or this week I had a loss of 0.8 of a kilo, which works out to being about 1.7 pounds. So a little bit slower this week, but that's fine. I'm going on. I had a little bit of a slower week 2 weeks ago, and then I had a bigger loss the week after. So I'm just hoping that might happen again. What's been happening this week? So one of the things that I'm not sure if I've talked about my food, but one of the things that being that I'm in Australia, and I notice a lot of the channels I follow of American people. And some of the food that I haven't been able to find in Australia, but I just thought I would look at some of the food that I'm eating. And one of the things that I've noticed in probably the last couple of weeks is that I've been trying out different foods, but still having a little bit of soreness in some of the foods I eat. So still not sure if it's because of the speed that I'm eating. So I'm trying to slow my food down. Or not sure if it's the size of the mouthfuls I'm having, so I am trying to use smaller spoons and really have smaller eating, or if it's just the texture. So making sure I'm trying new stuff, but there has been a couple of foods that I've struggled with a little bit. But probably in the weekdays, I'm trying to keep it at a pretty regular schedule, and regular kind of structure. So one of the big things that I've found in the sense of making sure that I'm getting my 50 to 60 grams of protein each day. One of the things that I've found is this whole protein drinks for that, and for those people in Australia, I found them at Woolies or Woolworths. I've also found them at a lot of 7-Elevens, which is really good, and it's actually quite interesting because every time I get them from Woolies, a lot of the time, some Woolies have got them and some Woolies haven't got them. Also, that I find that there's not a lot of different. There's only a couple of flavours out there. So there's the caramel, there's the banana and strawberry, I think it is, banana and honey. There's chocolate or Dutch chocolate, and then there's an iced coffee. It's interesting when I look at get them from Woolies. I can't get the iced chocolate one. I can only get the banana, the caramel, or the Dutch chocolate sometimes. And even though at times, sometimes you can't even get all those three flavours. Sometimes you can only get the banana one, which I don't mind the banana one, but it's still I'm not a huge fan of the banana one, which is quite interesting because I do really like bananas and honey. In the past, so I've made a lot of banana, but it's a different kind of taste to those kind of things. So I've actually been trying to have the iced coffees and the chocolates and the caramels most of the time. So I'm finding if you are in Australia and you're looking for those drinks, I found 7-Eleven is actually our local 7-Eleven has them, and most 7-Elevens that I've been to have got them, so it's actually quite good. So every so often I do a bit of a raid in there. And the other thing that I've found, and being that we've got a family of 3 and we've got 2 kids, a 4-year-old, a 6-year-old, and also a 5-month-old. And my wife's on maternity leave at the moment. One of the things that we've found in the last couple of days is we're doing a lot more online grocery shopping. So we're trying, and it's also a bit of a savings in the sense of being that my wife's on maternity leave at the moment. So one thing that I found is it's really been really good because you go to the online shopping and you can order it and they turn up. So and you can normally get them when you go to get it from the online shopping. The other thing that I've been eating a lot, and I might have mentioned this in previous videos, is the Chobani yogurts, which are really good. They're 170 grams, which they have about about 13 to 15 grams of protein, which is really good. Also, the whole protein drink that's 30 grams, and I've been having one of those for breakfast most mornings. And the Chimobi I've been having as a bit of a morning tea break, or even a afternoon tea break, and sometimes I have one for both. The other thing is I sometimes have them as a bit of a snack after supper. If I try not to have more than 2 of them a day, but just seeing how the day, if I'm still hungry after dinner. And I'm trying to do a soup or something for lunch. I'm finding, especially on the days I'm at work, it's easier to just take a lunch box with a couple of yogurts and a soup, and then from there I have it all set out. Sometimes I've been buying some soups from the supermarket and just trying to split them out over a couple of days. But even on the weekends, I did cooked up a Thai chicken soup, and I made a big batch of that. And I've just been having little bits of it each day when I go to work. So the other thing that I've been pushing a little bit harder this week is trying to do a bit more training, especially on the weekends. So on Sunday I had one of my sons does his swimming lesson. So and the other son didn't want to go swimming at that time on Sunday this week. So my wife looked after the kids on pool deck while I went and just did a bit of a swim in the pool, and I just didn't push myself too hard because I haven't really done any swimming for quite a while, so I'm probably up to 18 months, and just did 500 metres just to really see how I went, and I was quite pleased with that. Probably a bare minimum I used to do with swimming was about 1 kilometre, so I'm going to lead myself back up to that and start moving towards that. The other thing I got an opportunity to go out and do a bit of a run on the weekend, so I have been doing a lot of walking, trying to do a walk at least lunchtime each day or another time, and started a bit of a Couch to 5K app. I downloaded a Couch to 5K app, which I've had on my phone for a couple of years, and every so often I go back to it. And in the past, I've actually done I have done a bit of running. But I'm my first goal with my running is to get back to a 5K run without much problems. So I thought, look, I haven't done any running other than playing tennis and things like that for a while. So I thought, look, I'll go back to day 1, week 1, and see how I am as a bit of a baseline. Where on the Couch to 5K program, where it's one of those kind of interval programs, so where they do a 5-minute start, and then you actually do a little bit of like a minute and a half running, and then a minute and a half walking, and that kind of stuff. I found that a little bit too easy, so I'm probably going to, my next run, I'm probably going to plan on just jumping a couple of weeks and seeing how I'm going. So my next run, I might do a week 2, day 1 run to see how I'm going, and then see where I'm up to. So but yeah, so I think I'm doing pretty well with that, and I'm starting to really feel that I've got a bit more fitness than I actually thought I had. So, and which is great. The other thing that I probably just want to mention is something that's happening this weekend, and that's I've had it on the plan for probably about most of this year of going away up to Sydney for a bit of a boys' weekend with my best mate and my brother, and we're going up to Sydney for the American college football game that's happening in Sydney between California and University of California and University of Hawaii. So we haven't had a college American football game in Australia, I think, ever, and there hasn't been an American football game. I think it was an NFL game about 20 years ago. So I'm flying up to Sydney for the weekend, going up Friday morning and coming back Sunday morning. So and the original plan was that it was going to be a bit of a kind of boys' weekend, eat lots of food, drink lots of beer, and also being that's the college football, they're bringing out they're making a big kind of American festival around the stadium, so which will be pretty exciting. Now I haven't. It'll be interesting how my food goes and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to try and stick to my protein drinks in the morning, and trying to look out for it. So, and trying to see where I go with it. But I've started to venture out a little bit more with my food, and being able to even start eating out a little bit. So even when we were out on the weekend, we were at a food court and just looking at getting soups, or even we had a kebab. I got a kebab, a non-wrapped kebab, so a plate of meat and a plate of the vegetables, and then if I ate what I felt like I wanted to eat, and then the rest of it I just packed away and took it in a takeaway container. But it'd be interesting, this Sydney trip, because I'm gonna, the food that I think I'll be fine with. Probably really lucky I'm going away with my brother and best mate, so they've got a really good understanding of what I've been doing through the process, and understand that the restrictions I've got on what I'm doing. And originally, if I hadn't have had the surgery, it probably wouldn't have been a big boozy weekend, but I'm pretty much planning on not drinking for the weekend. So I want to give myself. I know I was watching a couple of videos lately, and they've talked about, I think it was on the Fat Kings video that was on this week, and they were talking about the 15-month, that the first 15 months is really quite crucial, in the sense of after your 15 months is probably where you're going to get to after surgery, and where your weight's going to pretty much, that's your point at 15 months, that's probably where you're going to be for the rest of your life. So I don't want to sabotage that, and it's especially since I'm still losing weight and I'm still going through that, really, even though it's been nearly 2 months, but I still think I'm still really early days. I'm still learning about my sleeve and what I can do with my sleeve and what I can't do with my sleeve, and it just concerns me a little bit mixing alcohol with that at the moment. So I don't want to really sabotage that kind of stuff, and I'm still. For a couple of reasons, I don't want the alcohol to have an effect on the sleeve, but I also don't want to. I'm a bit concerned that I might get, if I have too much, that alcohol might affect me too quickly, and I don't want it to affect my decision making with my food and all that kind of stuff. So I think I'll be living on the waters for the weekend, so which is quite a interesting experience for especially my brother and my best mate have been so used to me being a bit of a boozy kind of, especially on these kind of events. So but looking forward to getting away and just getting away for the weekend. So that's probably about it that I wanted to mention this weekend. This week started to get back to a couple of videos and watching some of the videos, and I've actually been finding some. One of the things that I've struggled with a little bit with videos has been trying to find people that are at a similar stage than I am. So finding a lot of the veterans and it's been fantastic to watch the veterans and watching the veterans videos at that stage, but really trying to find people that are actually around where I am at my stage. So and I found it, and look, I have a couple of people who I make sure I see each week, like Greenie, who I feel like I'm good mates with, even though we've never met, but we communicate through messages and through comments we leave for each other's videos, but also finding a couple of other people that has been great. So one of the some of the people that I've been able to find, I'm just clicking on the videos now, have been Brandon Robbins, which is a guy who's a meteorologist. It's been interesting watching some of his videos. He's only new to having us. I think he's only been out for a couple of weeks. And there's a couple of other people who it's been great to watch their experiences and hear about those. But if there's other people out there who are just going through the process, or even if they're just starting the process, please message me and please let me know what your channel is, because I'm really keen to actually start listening to other people's experiences and if there's any advice I can give you, fantastic. If there's any, and because I feel that I get so much advice from everyone else. So, all right, thanks everyone, and look forward to speaking to you all next week. See you later. Bye.